Josephine. My name is Dr. Visentin. This is my patient Josephine, and I wanted her to tell you what she felt before she started care.
I noticed before I came here that I was having really bad, sharp, dull pain up in my left shoulder that would extend into my neck and head, and then down into my lower side as well.
So let's do something about it. Please stand here, Josephine, and I'm going to let you forward, as you know. And go ahead, lean forward. You could turn your face to the right to let the audience know how you're feeling if you'd like. And we're going to do some advanced tests. And I'm using a system of adjustment called the impulse, and it vibrates bones at 40 hertz. Bring your arms to your sides. It's so quick, it's virtually painless. It's in tune with the frequency within. We vibrate at a certain frequency, and it's about 40 hertz. And we're using the same harmonic in order to bring balance to the body. Is this or this tender when I touch here or here?
No.
Great. How's this in the middle?
Good.
Super duper. And I'm feeling with my hands. And if the bones are crooked, I'll gently realign them with the instrument. I'm going to examine her hips and wiggle her hips in and out, but her left hip's a little bit limited, and if you could come in with the camera, that'd be great. When she internally rotates her leg, it moves quite a bit, but during external rotation of the left hip, it's limited. So I'm going to make an adjustment here over her greater trochanter where the muscles connect so that she doesn't suffer from degenerative changes later on in life. And I'm feeling with my fingers and my hands where there are trigger points or adhesions in the muscles. And I'm gently working the muscles. And her right hip is restricted or limited as well. During internal rotation of the right hip, it moves fine. But during external rotation of the right hip, it's limited. So I'll make adjustments over here and free up the movement of her hip. And I'm feeling with my hands. And I'm going to work on the neck too today. Due to computer use, our necks get awfully tight. Just texting and using a cell phone, we have to flex our necks for long periods of time, and we develop neck problems. And I'm feeling her range of motion. I want to make sure she has a good range of motion. And you can see that to the left, her neck moves more than to the right. That left lateral flexion, or flexion of the neck to the side, to the left moves quite well, but to the right it's very, very limited. So I'm going to use the instrument and gently realign the vertebrae. This is called an adjustment. I'm using an advanced technique to gently realign the vertebrae, and you can see how much better she moves her head to the right than initially. And I'm going to work and get her neck moving better. And while I'm doing this, I'm taking pressure off the nerves. The nerves from the neck go to the shoulders. And it's essential that this be lined up properly for her neck and shoulders to move well, for her to feel things in her arms and hands and fingers. And most of us have stress up here in the upper trapezius region. And I'm using a handheld device that's virtually painless to work on the muscles. And I'm going to ask you to turn your face to the left and let the audience know, because they're curious, how does that feel when you get adjusted?
I feel immediate relief in my left side.
Tremendous. Go ahead, set your head in the middle. And I'm going to work on the shoulder muscles on both sides, as these little muscles work overtime. By and large, the shoulder is controlled by a coordinated muscular effort that moves the shoulders about. It's the most freely moving joint in the body. And it's essential that everything be lined up properly to be and stay healthy. And I'm feeling with my hands, and I'm working down the mid-back to gently realign, rehabilitate, and restructure her spine. Over time and through repetition, we can fully correct the spine and change her posture, free up the nerves that flow energy from above down and from the inside out, from the brain through the spine to the living cells. Is there anything else you'd like examined in particular today?
It should be good, thank you.
Alrighty, I'm going to lift you up. You'll feel yourself move up. Take a deep breath in. Here we go. And go ahead, turn and let the audience know what results you've noticed so far under care.
I feel like my shoulder feels a lot better. I don't feel the pain going up into my left side anymore.
That's fantastic.
Thank
And
you.
people are out there wondering if this might hurt, and they're timid about coming in. Some of them are afraid to get adjusted. What would you tell someone who's reluctant to get care?
There's no pain. It does not hurt at all. It's completely painless and safe to use.